If it's a bug, you legally have to tell me.
It wasn't a bug. It just that thing would not stay.
I hope you want to buy new microphones because I am Simone Biles over.
She said,
If there's
she
a
said, I am
bug,
vaulting, flipping, and tucking
I'll
out
say,
of
yeah.
this studio.
Adios.
And goodbye.
Yeah,
That's hilarious.
and that's the intro.
And that is this recording?
Oh no.
That's the intro. That's the intro. That's the intro. That's the intro.
Welcome back to the Mixed Match Podcast. You've hung out with us for 2 episodes. Thank you so much. And if you missed those 2 episodes, you should go catch up.
Yeah, do that right now. Pause it. What do they say they're like, stop the podcast you're listening to right now and look us up wherever you can find podcasts.
Go catch up. Go
Yeah.
catch up on the first 2 episodes.
I hate to break it to whatever nice lady interrupted the gay ass podcast I was listening to, but I'm not listening to your true crime podcast. I'm listening to Trixie and Katya do dumb shit.
She is on my last nerve. On my last nerve. I'm
So
like, girl, I'm
bad.
sitting here trying to listen to Sophia and Katya
Yeah.
talking about Grindr and hookups.
Uh-huh.
And you popping in here about
Yeah.
your murder mystery. Go away. I'm listening to butt stuff.
That's beautiful. That's a bumper sticker right there.
I'm listening
Oh
to
my
butt
God.
stuff. Well, speaking of the bald and the beautiful,
Oh, God.
I heard Katya ask this question a couple times on the podcast. So you may know what I'm about to ask you, but I'm
running
going to
through
ask
every
it
dumb
anyway.
thing Katya's ever said. I'm so scared, but I'm so excited.
If I ever have to interview you for a pageant, this is the question that you're going to get.
Oh,
Anyway,
Lordy.
if you could lose a finger to learn a language, would you, and how many fingers, and what languages?
Well, we learned from Jinx that perhaps ASL is not. Watching Jinx realize what she said in real time.
So I listened to that episode before I watched it
Yeah.
because I was walking to my office on campus listening to that episode when she had that realization of
The visual meltdown,
and then
is
when I watched it
beautiful.
back, it was correct.
because you can see Katya immediately was like, well, sis. And Jinx, like, in real time processed what she said. I love the way Jinx thinks.
Love her so much.
Oh my God.
Love
If
her.
I could cut off, I have always wanted to be like at least bilingual.
Mhm.
I'm super jealous. I used to play video games and write about video games when I was in school, and I met a lot of like friends online that were from other countries. And so I had friends that like literally could speak 4 languages.
That's insane.
Mostly fluently. Like I think one friend specifically, like he spoke English was his 3rd language.
Mhm.
I didn't know that he didn't live in America until he told me.
That's
Yeah.
crazy about the European culture, though. And I think it helps because a lot of those countries are so close
Oh,
together. And
yeah.
it's like literally like a 2-hour, like from here
Yeah.
to Birmingham, they're going
Yeah.
from, the UK
If you
under the tunnel
you-
into France,
Yeah, if you drive 6 hours in Europe, you've gone through 3 countries. If you drive
That's
6 hours
insane.
in the United States, you haven't left Texas.
You're
You're
still
still
in
in Texas.
Texas.
And you still have 6 more hours until you get to the edge of Texas.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I think they grow up learning a bunch of different languages.
Yeah. Well, it's
And
just so much easier to travel, and also
America's
because
so English-centric.
the borders are much smaller and closer, it means that you have more options and opportunity
yeah.
to interact with people
Right.
that are speaking a different language. Versus here, we pretty much other anybody who speaks another language.
Right. It is.
Even
Why
though
are
we
you
do
not
not-
speaking English?
We don't
You're in
have an official
America.
language.
No
if you
official
look
language.
up, on purpose.
And you can get a legal document translated into any language.
Yeah.
Like that is your right.
Also, Duolingo's free.
I be trying to learn a little bit.
Oh, baby,
but
I didn't say I was good at that owl is out for me.
Who's
That's
that?
why I got to cut off a finger.
Who's that mean bitch?
I-
That's always
What do you-
like these notifications aren't working, so I guess we'll quit
Oh.
sending them.
They make on you know how you can put like widgets on your iPhone?
Uh-huh.
I did that. And it is that owl is so mean. So mean. And there's like if you lose your streak or whatever, there's several the widget changes. So
Mm.
like you miss your streak one day or whatever. Duo's everything's blue and Duo's like sat in the corner looking wistfully like, are you gonna restart? if you miss your
Don't
streak
forget
and it's
about
like the
me.
whole like it's a new week or is been like a week, there is a dead duo, like duo Bones. Baron. Because
That's
you forgot to
shady.
yeah. It
Shady.
Duolingo be triggering them heartstrings. They
Shady
said you should
lady.
but no, I would immediately cut off a finger so that I could learn Spanish.
Oh, yeah.
Because I wanted to be a Spanish teacher in school.
Oh.
I took 4 semesters of Spanish in high school and then took 2 more semesters of Spanish at Southern Union.
And you still don't know Spanish.
Oh no, baby. I have the vocabulary of like maybe a 4-year-old,
You know
a
what?
5-year-old of Elmo. I have the
You should have watched a little more Dora.
I
Okay.
maybe lo hicimos.
I don't know what that means.
It means we did it, baby. And let me tell you what. It took me until Spanish 4 in high school to realize that that's what Dora was saying. One day we were making jokes about Dora, and whatever we said, lo hicimos, and I was like, we did it. She's saying we did it. Like we finished the episode. Got to the bitch. So stupid.
Bless your heart.
I don't-
Is Spanish the only language you would learn?
Well, here's the tea. If you learn Spanish, it's all of the Latin root languages. So like I could bullshit my way through parts of French and Italian because I knew if I was fluent in Spanish. Because like French is sort of Spanishy with more phlegm and less consonants. And Italian is just gay Spanish.
Gay Spanish. I've heard
It
that a
is.
time or two. And
Yeah.
that is my favorite analogy to
Yeah.
Italian is
I
it's gay Spanish.
mean, I would like to, I don't know, maybe I'd take off another finger to learn Italian just because Italian men are so hot. Beautiful. Spanish men are hot too, though. Like the mothership, España. Yeah. Well, I don't know, Latin men are. Ooh.
I might be like
Maybe I'm
Katya
just
and
gay.
like one hand's going down to all nubs, baby.
I'll get
'cause
a- yeah.
I want to learn I want to learn
I'll get a Luke
French.
Skywalker
I
metal
want to learn
hand.
Russian. I want to learn German.
Yeah.
I want to learn Cantonese.
I used to know a little bit of when I was in middle school. We did this like introductory to foreign language class. So we learned like the basics of Spanish, German, and French. And my dad has been to Germany twice on business trips ages ago when I was like a little kid. And he said that he learned more German when he was there for like the week for his trip than the classes that his job made him take before. I like German. It's kind of aggressive, but it's kind of fun.
German is my favorite language to sing in. Like I can read all of those languages, but I do not know what I'm saying.
A lot of them are well. It's also, I mean, this goes back to in Europe. They like the actual like way that they move their mouth and the position of their tongue in some of those languages is different than any noise than you make in English. And so you're gonna like your mouth literally just cannot make the shapes that some of those.
Oh, yeah.
That some of like
You
like
have
German.
to learn
yeah.
to how to reshape your mouth.
And
for
it's the
sure.
opposite with like they come over
Yeah.
here and it's hard to learn English. It's
Mhm.
noises that they are just and it's the noises are hard. The hardest part of English is just that we have so many words that English is all context.
There, and there.
Yeah.
Uh,
Two, and two. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Or even just like think of just like the way that we use like that's so cunt.
Oh,
Obviously
all of our slang,
yeah.
for sure, would
Yeah.
just throw everybody off.
Yeah.
Which some of the slang, when I'm watching like Drag Race UK or something like that, some of their
Yeah.
slang goes over my head. I'm like,
Yeah.
what? Why is that funny?
Yeah. But it is.
I'm
Apparently,
stupid. Why is that
people
funny?
are laughing.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Ha ha
But,
ha ha ha.
English is so situational. There are
Mhm.
so many words that like mean certain things, but only if you say it in that context or use it with other words nearby.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
I love that.
But I just had to ask because I was nosy. You ready to take a break and go eat some
Let's
chicken?
take a break and eat some chicken.
Let's take a break and
I
eat
gotta
some
relive
chicken.
that White Claw. It's White Claw o'clock.
White Claw o'clock. Let's go eat. Are you tired of the same old coffee shops? Looking for a place where you can truly relax and enjoy an artfully curated cup of coffee? Look no further than Coffee Mafia, Auburn's only queer-owned coffee shop. Our expertly crafted lattes and espressos are sure to satisfy your cravings. But that's not all. We offer a variety of mouth-watering breakfast and lunch options to keep you fueled throughout the day. In a hurry? Grab a Red Bull and some snacks from our grab-and-go section for a quick bite to eat. From our signature ice crack to our bagel sandwiches, There's something for everyone at Coffee Mafia. So come on down and experience the difference. Coffee Mafia, your locally owned LGBTQ coffee shop. Our winter holiday hours are weekdays 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. and weekends 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. Come see us at 414 South Gay Street, Auburn, Alabama.
What do you want? It's a green tea shop, baby. It'll be fine.
It smells delicious.
Mm,
Cheers, sis.
love that. Happy birthday, Beach.
Virtual cheers.
To podcasting and getting old.
That was a lovely shot.
There you go, baby. That's for later.
Bless it.
There might be one more in there, but I shouldn't do that.
Bless it.
We'll put a pin in that.
Welcome back.
Yeah, but you got to keep it in that part where I took the shot and they coughed and I made that face, and then you can say "Welcome back." They
That's
need to
the
hear
intro.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
because I'm old and I can't take. You're right though. I am getting to the age where I'm gonna have to start. Well, I'll take a straight shot of tequila, but I need you to shake it. I need it to be chilled. I
It's
can't
got
do.
to be chilled. Oh God,
I
it's
can
gotta
do
be
it if
chilled.
it's chill, but the room temperature
I'm so
shots.
sorry, and I'm a
they-
bitch. I need a lime.
They get me, gal. I don't need a lime. I'm a
Yeah.
professional.
I need a lime.
I don't need no training wheels. Give me the tequila.
You will catch me at 0% of my life drinking room temperature alcohol.
Let me read you. I'm in drag night at the Nick. Then they asked us to do taglines for social media. So I sent.
Oh Lord.
She's the bar witch from Auburn, Alabama, and the head of the coffee mafia. Hide your tequila and grab your dollars. It's Skittles.
Hide your tequila. I like that.
Okay, so we're back. I guess.
think our hot takes this episode, and we've been talking about it, I think, for the first 2 episodes, drag competitions.
Yeah, because we talked a little bit about. I think we talked about open stages for a second.
Yeah.
And we've also I think we've touched on pageantry several times because it's such a
It's
pervasive part
integral
of drag
of
culture.
drag, yeah.
I feel like one day we could probably do a whole episode just about pageantry, but also we
could
get
give them
canceled.
the behind the scenes.
Girly. We have to get big enough so that we could sponsor a pageant. Just kidding.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
I'm
Anyway,
not.
drag competitions.
Drag competitions.
I think we're more. Drag competitions, I think, really have evolved, and we've seen that not only here, but
Yeah.
around the South as well.
Yeah.
Open stages have moved
Oh,
from.
there's almost a distinction now. They
Yeah.
used to be sort of similar, and now it's very much.
This is the open stage. This is the competition.
Yeah.
Like it's.
And there's
You
so
know
many
what's
different
what.
kinds of competitions too, because you've got there's some that are like one night only. Like I know, I hate it. Meatball that
Yeah.
that does the sloppy seconds. She did a twink pageant a couple months ago, and that was just like a one night only like competition situation. I also read this article about this bar in New York that does I guess this is a competition. It's like a sort of Olympic situation. It's one day, and it's in this terrible, big, ugly warehouse with no air conditioning. But it's Twinks versus dolls. So it's Twinks
Ah.
versus trans girlies, and they do like all of these different like competitions, and then the penultimate like how they decide the winner. They get it onto one twink, one doll. They do wrestling in like a kiddie pool full of I think it was baked beans, like canned beans.
I would vomit.
Yeah,
I would vomit.
yeah,
Sorry, not sorry.
yeah. The doll won,
I'm glad.
and she was like, "I can't wait to get Botox and lip filler." With
I was about to
this."
say, I hope she won enough money
Yeah.
so she could get some
I-
cosmetic
Oh,
procedures.
she was like, "I can't wait to spend my prize money on Botox and lip filler." Yeah,
I
good
like
for her.
drag competitions that are sponsored and that are going to give you money, like Drag Assassins in Birmingham. That's a great open stage
Yeah.
competition. It's reoccurring too, I
Yeah,
think,
they do
right?
every month, and then they do a
Overall
like
at the
of
end?
I think they do the season, so I don't know if it's the
Ultimate
whole year.
at the end or something
Ultimate,
like
yeah,
that.
I think they call it Ultimate. I don't think it's the whole year. I think they do, but they do like most of the year. So it's like
Yeah.
they do a season, and then there's like the winner of each month. Which, by the way, you not only do you get money, but you also get to do an Al. I think you get to do an Al's show,
A booking.
like a Friday show at Al's.
Period.
That's part of your prize. But then you get to come back and compete in Ultimate Drag Assassins. That's a really good format because a lot
That's a
of
good
a
format
lot
of
of
open stage.
stages, but other competitions, like there isn't an actual Like the prize isn't worth it. I feel that
That's
way
the-
about some
That's
pageants.
some things that, yes, that's
And
some
I-
things that deter me from drag competitions is the prize isn't worth what I'm putting into
Yeah.
it.
What was the last drag competition you did? Because it's been a second. I haven't done anything competition-wise since the ill-fated Royal Drag Race.
I guess technically the last competition I did was a pageant.
Yeah.
I guess Miss Carrot Toss and
Well, I guess then
99.
if that's the case, then I did
Pride on the Plains.
Pride on the Plains and then East Alabama Newcomer, which is now
because I would
folded
say
into
that
Pride on the
those
Plains.
are drag competitions.
just a
it's
style.
a different style.
It's an umbrella.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
definitely an umbrella of drag competitions, and some of them are worth it for
Yeah.
the entertainer because they're going to learn, they're going to grow. Like a pageant, you're going to get feedback from judges.
That's honestly what makes a pageant, even if the prize package isn't super valuable,
The
getting
feedback from the judges,
the
I'm sure, is great.
critiques is good.
Yeah.
I do, in all caps and underlined, I just have money holes written because it's so expensive to do some competition.
And that's the problem with some of these. I don't see any open stages like that anymore. But some older open
In
stages
the bigger
for
cities,
sure.
they still do, like Chicago or whatever. It's weekly, which I've not heard of. I thought that had gone away. Can you imagine being told every week you have to spend $1,000 on a brand new
Or
costume
whip
or
out a
make
new
something?
look or a new
Yeah.
mix or something
Or
like
go
that.
home.
and
Week.
then they're not
week.
getting anything out of it.
Oh, for $300.
And it's all so the bar can have free entertainment.
Yeah.
Any other hot takes on drag competitions?
Yeah, let's just
Well,
a
not only
quick-
drag competitions in general, but I love those open stage shows like DIY and Fresh Faces because it removes the competition aspect, which sometimes for some people can be a real barrier
Absolutely.
to performing because they want to perform, but they don't want to go compete. They just want to.
Yeah.
They have a concept that they are itching to get out, like. Your daughter,
Yeah.
she was marijuana smoke for a minute, and now she's
And a
cyberbot.
whole new personality.
whole new
She's
personality.
Curvebot. Yeah.
I
And
love
she-
Curvebot. That's
well,
what it
she's
is. I
told
love
me-
it.
Well, I get her name wrong.
Cyberbot, Curvebot. I saw Silver. I could. I'm
she's
I'm
she's
old.
Silver.
That's all I
Yeah.
know.
I keep calling her something else. I can't remember what it is. Fembot.
Fembot.
Yeah, I keep calling her Fembot in my head, and then I'm like, nope, it's Curvebot. No, but she's developed a whole alternate drag persona, and she's already told me that she wants to do king drag, and both of my drag children want to do king drag, and me too. I just don't have the time.
And I think these open stage non-competitions are
Yeah.
really allowing that
It lets
creativity
you
to
yeah.
blossom.
You get to flex your creative muscle in a way that you aren't constrained by the rules of a competition or the
Right.
fear of like
Right.
not winning or doing well kind of situation. Some of the coolest things I've seen have been at Fresh Faces.
It's a great way to test a number too.
Yeah.
Like if you want to figure out if something's gonna work or not, go to an open stage and just try it out.
Yeah.
See if it's gonna work. Figure it out. And then after it's over with, maybe ask people in the audience like for feedback.
Listen, I know that I, in and out of drag, have resting bitch face, but I never want up and coming drag performers to feel like they can't ask me questions
Right,
or
right.
talk to me about their numbers or bounce ideas off of me. I, first and foremost, and I try to really hard to continue to be a lover of just drag in general. I love
Mhm,
all kinds of
mhm.
different drag. I will live just as much if you come out and do stupid weird shit or really dumb campy shit just as much as I live for the showgirl that does the Britney 8 count because I think it's all super cool. It's so cool. I love all of it. I love going to a drag show with like I'm not in it, I'm not performing, I'm not even in drag. I love just watching
That's
drag.
why I
It's so
like some of
cool.
those fresh faces
Yeah.
because I'm just sitting over there in a corner in a moo watching, having
It's
a
so
good old
fun.
time.
Yeah.
Ugh. Tired of boring design that makes you wanna vomit? Then you need Creative Vomit Studio, your one-stop shop for eye-popping design that'll make your brand shine. Need a killer logo? A website graphic that slays? Headshots that scream professional? Creative Vomit has you covered. And hey seniors, don't forget those all-important senior portraits. Let Ian capture your uniqueness. Visit creativevomit.studio to schedule your consultation and unleash your creative genius. Creative Vomit Studio, design that's anything but bland. All right. Welcome back after a potty break
And a Coca-Cola
and a
reload.
Coca-Cola
I
reload.
need a beverage.
A
I can't have
beverage.
any more White Claws.
My voice was getting tired. I needed to
Yeah.
lubricate.
We're gonna have to do. So we talked about doing the. What did we say at the beginning of episode 3? We were talking about vocal warm-ups. We're gonna have to.
That's right. That's right. We
I'm
have to
gonna-
incorporate our
I'm
vocal
gonna
warm-ups.
have to get on Show Choir TikTok and learn some vocal warm-ups.
Oh Lord, not show choir
Lordy.
TikTok.
I sent you
I saw.
the
Do you know how many times I have been tagged and sent that?
the Defying Gravity one with
Yes,
the girl.
this-
She started out so weak, but that last note so strong. It was so good, but that first note was not it. Bless
She was
her heart.
nervous.
And I know, because that was recorded. What, that was
That was for
2005?
2005. Yeah,
I bet she thinks about that now.
every day,
Now she's
every day.
40 years old, has a job.
She's
and-
got kids doing show
Yeah.
choir.
I am so glad. My parents didn't really want me to put stuff on social media, so I don't have like a.
Oh no, this is. I
don't
didn't put
have,
it
like,
on
a
there.
digital-
It's
Well,
on
I
there
didn't-
because they're like dedicated
Yeah.
YouTube channels
But I
for
also-
show choir.
I didn't do extracurriculars, so
Oh.
like there is no like.
That's why.
I just don't exist before like probably when I started doing drag kind of situation. You know what I mean?
She said, "I have no digital thumbprint."
I mean, if you dig hard enough, like I mean,
Yeah.
I existed on the internet before you had to have an email to
Did
get
you have
into anything.
MySpace?
I did, but too late.
Oh, okay.
But I was like I had Facebook pretty early on. I started using Twitter in 2011
Wow.
at like 12 or 13. I was being
Moving on.
fully bullied by adults. Trauma.
Trauma.
Trauma. Speaking of the internet,
Speaking of the internet, I
we-
think that's going to be one of our new segments.
we've been doing some work it or tuck it's, but we've decided that we want to shake things up. So we've come up with a new segment that we're going to test this episode. And if we can keep coming up with content for it, we'll keep bringing it back for you.
So we've saved some stupid stuff, like we said, that we found on the interwebs. One thing that just really pisses me off about the internet is that when we were growing up, did our parents not tell us, you can't believe everything on the internet because it's not
100%.
true?
Yeah. You were taught to research things, to Google
People don't do that
things,
anymore.
to think critically.
People don't do that
this
anymore.
even like some of the stuff, because I've seen some of the stuff you shared, but
I have
some
an
of the stuff
example.
I will say, I've noticed a trend on the internet, especially like Facebook. Instead of say Googling tire centers near me, people will just make a Facebook post. Looking for tire place. That's the post. Looking for tire places, and you're just hoping that one of your friends will suggest something. Baby, Google it.
My
Google it.
thing that I love
My
so much-
refrigerator's not working. Google it.
Is there a small appliance store
Yeah.
around here? Google can tell you that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the thing that
Nobody knows how to
is really
search for
pissing me
anything
off
or ask questions.
is people that are smart and have a brain, but still share stuff that is so obviously stupid.
Absolutely.
And a quick Google search could tell you that this
Yeah.
story that I'm about to share with you
This
is
what I
not
think it is.
true. Let me read it for you. Damn. Today on TikTok, there's a young lady whose name is Sierra Mist. Well, Pepsi reached out to her first on TikTok and told her that she needed to change her name because they owned that name and it was a copyright issue. First of all, that wouldn't be copyright, it would be trademark, but I digress.
Yeah, copyright is fun fact. Copyright is automatically granted when you create original work. Trademarks are applied for and have to do with business.
Exactly. So, already red flags for this post. She told them no because it's not even spelled the same. Hers is spelled with 2 T's for mist instead of one,
Also, I think it's Sierra
with a C,
yeah,
with
which-
not a S.
yeah.
Yes. Anyway, so they sent her a lawsuit case and she was served papers. More red flags.
yeah.
She then went online and found out that Pepsi did not renew their trademark or copyright and it expired on Sierra Mist.
Copyright.
So she bought it. Pepsi offered her $10 million to get back the name Sierra Mist and she refused. She made double off that name since she's bought the trademark
How?
by becoming famous on TikTok with over 3 million followers. So, people, that's now why we have Starry sodas instead of Sierra Mist.
It's so bad that I couldn't even let you read that one paragraph without stopping you 4 times. Because there's so many things that are wrong with it.
But people believe that story
Yeah.
is real.
Yeah.
And they're sharing it all over social media.
First of all,
Like, oh my God, can you believe this?
Yeah.
Can you believe that she actually stole their trademark from them? Sis, no. They just discontinued Sierra Mist and created a brand new soda.
also, bold of you to assume that anybody's name on the internet is their real name.
Hello.
All of your favorite celebrities, that's their fake names. That they came up with a name that sounded cooler, more marketable, and if they can do it, yeah, you can change your TikTok username for free. First of all, I literally like our whole personas right now. Spoiler alert: Skittles is not my real name.
Shut up.
I know, scandalous.
I can't make a check out to Skittles and cash it.
You can, baby. I'll try and cash a check. I mean, I could
Different-
talk about this fake Sierra Mist
Oh.
shit for forever.
But I've got another one that's really going to make you giggle.
But basically, just Google.
It's really
shit.
not that hard to
Yeah.
fact check.
Yeah, they discontinued Sierra Mist because it wasn't as popular as Sprite, and they're trying again.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the second post that I have discovered for us is
Lordy.
very quintessential small town Alabama. Now, people think that Auburn is a big town, but I would have some bad news for you.
If you drive 10 minutes out of town, there is no town. There's no town. You're
It's a little circle,
you're
and you're going to go in that circle.
you're on farmland.
It's going to take you 20 minutes to go around that whole circle, and you are still in Auburn.
Yeah.
So this shows us how small Auburn is. Well, technically, this was in Opelika, but honestly, Opelika is just
Lordy.
as small.
Smaller. If you
Smaller?
take the student population out of Auburn, we're not big.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So there's a Facebook page, and it is one of my favorite Facebook pages ever. And it's low-key really the only reason that I have the app on my iPad, because if I can't go to sleep at night and I need a little giggle, I open Facebook and look at this group called What's Happening Auburn Opelika. And people will literally post shit in there about what Skittles was talking about earlier, like, does anybody know where I can go get my oil changed at?
Yeah.
Like, baby, that's a Google. That's a Google
And
search.
some of these, and I gave you a good example of what perhaps you actually could, if you really wanted public opinions, ask about oil change places. But some of these people will post things that aren't even really questions. They'll be like, I just really want a donut. That's not a question.
No, my favorite shit in this group is there are 12 police cars outside the Krispy Kreme. What's
Yeah.
going on? Or, you know, why is there an ambulance outside the hospital? Baby, it's a hospital.
That post, I saw that.
You
exact-
saw that post?
exact- and there was this person posted. They were literally like, "There's an ambulance," and then everyone in the comments was like, "I literally work at the hospital. One, there's no active ambulance with sirens outside. Two, literally nothing's happening. What are you talking about?" I use the What's Happening group to figure out what's happening in the real world sometimes. Because sometimes it is the fastest way to get answers on things that are happening locally. And the other day it was like kind of dark outside and it smelled like a control burn. And the first thing I did was open Facebook.
To see if anybody had posted.
And nobody had. And I was like, so y'all are out here talking all this nonsense, but you can't tell me what's on fire? This is what I depend on you for. And I still don't know why the outside smelled smoky. Stupid.
Did you see anything on Facebook that you are itching? Well, not Facebook, I guess, but
I'm-
social media in general that you're itching to share.
No, I still would like to know why it was smoky outside. If you know why it was smoky outside,
If you know why it was smoky outside, if
October
you
9th,
if you could please,
specifically in Auburn, Alabama,
if you could please email us at mixmatchedpodcast with that answer,
I have allergies. I need to know why it was smoky.
or if you have any questions, any hot takes, if you see anything stupid on social media that you want us to bitch about, be sure to send it to us.
Absolutely, I want to react to dumb shit on Facebook. It's so dumb.
I really hate that every time there's a drag night at the Nick show, I am always out of town
Stop being so
because
busy. Stop taking vacations.
listen, I've got to go to the beach. I've got to get away, darling.
Girl,
I've
it's
got to
October.
get away.
The ocean is cold,
I'm going to the beach because nobody's there.
but it's cold. You can't get in it.
The pool is heated.
Oh, well then that's not the beach. That's the pool.
Oh, baby, I'm not getting in the water. There's sharks in that water.
I mean, as somebody who cannot swim and is scared of the ocean, I get it. I'm not getting in no ocean no matter what time of the year it is.
I cannot with you.
I can't swim.
I think we've got a couple of work it or tuck it's to wrap up this episode with.
I've got two.
Do you want to go first? You can go first.
I'll go first. Okay, my first worker to tuck it is performances that don't, or no, performers. I can't read, baby.
What's your work it or tuck it?
Let's see. Performers who don't utilize their like social media at all. And baby, if you look at my notes, I have
Wait, let me look at you.
I have forks coming off of this
I'm
with
looking at her
three subpoints. If you can read my terrible handwriting, I can barely read it. I had to double take.
What's the first one?
Girl? Let me see.
I got this
Yeah.
the second two, but what's the first one?
So
What's
I
the
have
first
three
point?
subpoints off of this. I said socials, payment methods, and promos.
Oh.
This is a tuck it. It's automatically.
Oh, it's definitely a tuck it.
Yeah.
Like unfortunately, as a performer, part of being a performer is you have to market yourself.
Yeah.
And sadly, the only way right now to market ourselves is social media. I have a Facebook. I very rarely use it. I only have the Facebook app on my iPad. So if my iPad's around, then I can get on. But I'm not glued to Facebook anymore like I used to be, like
But
the
you share the
millennial I am.
posters.
I do share the
You
posters.
share the posters.
I do share the posters.
And you
yes.
have social media.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, you're
I'm
also
more active on Instagram and TikTok than anything
You are
else.
active on other forms, and that says something. But there are people that they don't have any social media presence, or if they do, it's obviously not updated.
That one grainy photo from 2022.
Yeah. Well, obviously for me, the bigger issue, like, listen, you don't need to make a drag Facebook. I don't have a drag Facebook, because I'm busy. I don't have the time. But I think you need to share the shows you're in.
Absolutely.
Also, if you want to be booked and or paid for things, I need a way to contact you.
And you need to reply.
Yeah.
Like, do not enter any form of doing a drag show.
Yeah.
And then when we put you in the show and ask you questions and add you to a group chat, you never respond.
Yeah.
And then you show up not prepared.
Yeah.
Because you didn't read the
you
group
couldn't
chat.
read the message.
Like,
And it's not even all.
it's essential.
Yeah. And when we do the open stages, it's a form, and you have to like check boxes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And people still don't read it.
No.
I love. you know,
Nobody reads anymore.
Yeah. It's so frustrating.
Reading is overrated. Tuck it.
Yeah.
No,
It's
tuck it.
2024. If you don't have
Read your email.
a digital payment method, I'm not saying you have to have all of them. I get it. It's exhausting. Do you know how many accounts I have? I have personal accounts. I have accounts for the coffee shop. I have accounts for the studio. I have accounts for drag. I'm so tired of my 800 logins. However, if your goal of doing drag is to get booked and get paid, I need a way to book and pay you. So maybe you need a Cash App
Or a Venmo.
or a Venmo
Or a Zelle.
or a PayPal
get a fucking
or
Zelle.
a fucking, I don't know, bitch. Give me a way to get a hold of you.
I'm not
You know
writing
what
a
I mean?
check.
No,
Sorry.
no.
I'm not writing a check. I'll Apple
There
Pay
will
you.
be. I can't wait for.
If it
I was
doesn't
about
lock
to
my
say,
debit
I can't wait
card.
for the day I'm paid for drag with a check, but Pride on the Plains. But they're a nonprofit.
I have a check in my drag dressing room. Somebody tipped me
In a check.
in a check one time. The check is made out to Kalana Blue for
So you
$2.
can't- So you can't cash
I
it.
can't cash it anyway. For $2. And in the memo spot, it says "fuck you, bitch," and she signed it and tipped me with it. And
Frame it.
I'm gonna frame
That's
it,
gorgeous.
but I still have the check.
Yeah.
It's hanging in my drag room
I
right now.
love that.
That's hilarious. All right, work it or tuck it. Starting a drag podcast.
That's a loaded question. What if I was like, Tuck it, what are we doing here? I'm out. And I rage, knock over the microphones.
Flips over the table.
Okay, this is I say work it. I'm getting back into podcasts. I don't think it's a saturated market. I think podcasts are a saturated market.
Oh, podcasts are definitely a saturated market.
But I think if you do a podcast right, the whole point is to deliver a unique perspective. So as long as you are actually delivering a unique perspective, that's good. I do think perhaps
Mayhaps.
there might be too many drag race review shows.
I was hoping you would go there.
And that's not to say that there aren't some good ones. But we're all watching the show, babes.
The thing I hate to see on YouTube is when I'm scrolling through my suggested videos or whatever, it's like, and this last week on RuPaul's Drag Race, this is what happened, babes. We all watched it.
Also, unless you're actually delivering real good commentary
and adding to it,
and
like if you know something I don't know,
yeah,
please make that. Please do that review.
Or you're coming from a
do you
place
have background
where you can deliver the criticism.
I need to know.
Yeah. But so much of, and this isn't even just Drag Race, but so much review content now is just somebody on TikTok.
Oh, 100%.
With the background overlay, and they're just sitting there. They're not even reacting. They're just watching. And then you see them like
at least react.
They like make a face, and it's like,
at least be genuine.
Your whole account is not. That's not even real review content. If you're not delivering IMHO level commentary, I don't want it. I watch the pit stop, and I watch IMHO, and that's it.
I'm a Bald and the Beautiful lady myself as well.
I love the Bald and the Beautiful. They're good. Not a review show, but it's a good drag podcast.
I guess in just my older age, I am definitely more getting into podcast, like just listening to podcasts and listening to audiobooks. I don't like to listen to music anymore.
Why?
I don't like to listen to music
This is going to come back to bite me, and you need to clip this specifically and put it in a vault. Why is there a video element to every podcast now?
Cut to us in 6 months having a video version of this pod.
Full disclosure, we fully intend on doing video versions of the podcast.
But not every episode. Every once in a while.
Not every episode's going to need to be video. It's going to depend on our schedules. Also, drag is a visual element.
Yeah.
So there is that. But outside of a drag podcast or something that is visual, podcasts are supposed to be audio.
Yes, and I was talking to somebody the other day who said that they like to just listen to podcasts while they're doing stuff around the house.
Oh, I don't watch them.
Like they just pop it in their ear and they're walking around the house doing stuff. Yeah. And, by the time they're done, that episode's finished and moving on to something else.
I put it on the HomePod in my kitchen and I clean my whole kitchen. Clean. I mean, I'm moving shit, scrubbing counters, mopping, emptying, reloading the dishwasher, hand washing pots and pans and shit, scrubbing the stove.
See, that's the
whole episode.
That's why I eat at your house, because you actually could clean.
Baby, I'm Serve Safe certified.
I know you are.
Serve Safe manager, not food handler.
Manager.
Oh, and just for the record, not every barista, but every barista that is certified is manager level certified.
Period.
Not food handler, manager, baby.
Period.
Because the state requires somebody to be manager certified at all operating hours, so I don't have a choice. But I make them. I pay for them to be certified, and I pay. Not only do I pay for the class, I pay for their hourly rate while they're in the class.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Mine expires in December, and I have to go recertify. I don't want to sit there for 8 hours and talk about how long can you leave milk out room temperature before 4 hours, as long as you can get it back under 41 degrees. Within 4 hours.
She knew that.
Yeah. Don't ask me about any of the shellfish or the shrimps or I didn't.
We don't sell that at the Coffee Mafia.
Sorry, I'm on Life 360 with my family, and I don't use it. But for some reason, it tells me when their phones are dying. Yeah. So like, fucking 4 times a day, I get a notification that's like, your sister's phone is dying. I'm like, bitch, charge it.
I'm so glad
gonna
it
start-
doesn't tell me when Dakota's phone is dying
'Cause it
because
would
that
always
would
be
be every
dying?
5 minutes.
well, that's what it is. My sister, my older sister or middle sister, whatever. Her phone is like literally the most notifications that get are hers. The second most, my dad. John, charge your phone. This is a PSA. Charge your
This is a
phone.
PSA, charge your phone.
Yeah.
What's your other work it or tuck
My
it
other
for
work
today?
it or tuck it, charge your phone, John. That's my work it or tuck it. I swear to God. Anyways, my next work it or tuck it. My next work it or tuck it is statement / political drag numbers.
Ooh. Okay. This only works if afterwards you don't have to explain what you were doing to me. Like if you have to come up to me and tell me what the concept was or what the number was about, or if I don't get it when I watch it,
I think that extends to all drag, but especially a lot of people that do drag with a message, the message do be murky.
like, and it'd be multiple messages. Like, what message are we honing in on here?
You need to focus on one. That's a that's
What
is that-
okay,
that's a-
I guess I'm gonna have to say tuck it then
that's a hot
because
take. I
like
think in all drag there needs to be some self-editing, and maybe we need to focus on one or two big ideas.
but the drag delusion though, the drag delusion.
You need delusion to do drag, but some of these people are drinking a little too much delusion.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say tuck it. Honestly, I can understand the reasoning behind it sometimes.
And drag is inherently, I think for me, drag is inherently about commentary, statement, and politics.
Right.
Like
It's
drag
always
has
going
a
to be.
message.
It's always going to be activism.
Yeah.
Drag. Every time you get into drag, you are being an activist, whether you want to be or not. You are.
And you need to those of you that don't think you care about activism but want to do drag, I think you need to rewind 15 seconds and
Just do
listen to that a couple times. Do some
self-reflection.
self-reflection, because even if you think you're not making a statement, you are.
You literally are.
I mean, there have been so many times I have been in drag. I'm just trying to get to the gig, and here I am, unfortunately, making a statement at an intersection because a jogger looked through my windshield. They learned
Or-
something about themselves.
Or
that
the
day.
lifted truck
Yeah.
pulled up beside you just right at the right angle, and
Yeah.
hello. Yeah, I'm gonna have to say tuck it because sometimes I feel like people are doing that from a place of good intentions, but then some of it I feel is very performative activism, and I hate nothing more than performative activism.
Absolutely. Especially unfortunately, here in the Southeast, we see a lot of, not outside of drag, just in life, there are a lot of, I call them armchair activists.
Yes,
They love to make a ruckus on social media.
but they're not
But
gonna get up and do a damn
They
thing.
don't do anything. They don't show up at anything. That's on both sides of the aisle, baby.
Oh yeah, no, we're not just talking
Nothing-
about. We're not
nothing
just talking about the
happens.
people that hate the drag shows.
Yeah.
We're talking about the people that also love the drag
Oh,
shows.
yeah. They're like,
It-
love
it's
drag.
both sides.
Baby, when have you been to a drag show?
Uh,
If the only drag show you go
absolutely.
to is the pre-Pride party because we booked Vanjie, then you don't love drag. You love Drag Race.
Period.
You need to come. You don't have to see me every
And
Friday.
don't ask me when a show is, and you ain't been to a show in 2 years.
You can go to facebook.com/Auburn Misfits and you can see all of our fucking shows. Because guess what? This isn't a joke to us, and we're trying to run a brand here. And I have worked so hard over the last 2 years as I've taken over more shows to give you the poster earlier than the week of. And sometimes I have tickets on sale a month before the show. So I don't want to hear you say, "Oh, I didn't know there was a show," cuz bitch, the tickets are on my website
A month out.
a month out, and the posters we're trying to put them out 2-3 weeks out for the bigger shows, you know.
Right. Mhm. Exactly.
Stupid.
Work it or tuck it. Creating drag merch.
I have a history as a graphic designer in brand development. I think it's really important, and that's why you hear in a lot of my responses that I care very much about like the optics of things,
Right.
how things look, and how like polished everything is, because I think it's very important to really understand what you're doing and what you represent and what you want to give to people, both as a performer, also as a brand. So obviously, from a brand standpoint, merchandise, if done correctly, is fantastic.
You know what I love? My favorite drag merch.
That was such a political response that I just.
It's like you're running for
Come on,
drag
TED,
mayor
come on,
or
TED Talk
something.
over here talking about like if you correctly
My
apply.
favorite drag merch are stickers. I love stickers. A good
Well,
sticker
I know
done
a
right.
brand for you because I love stickers
A
and I
good
make a
sticker
lot of dumb stickers.
done right. I love drag merch.
Yeah.
First of all, and Kalani used to have a lot of drag merch when Aaron used to screen print, but we've moved away from screen printing, and we don't do that ourselves anymore. And it's really hard to have drag merch if you don't do it.
You have to. This is all merch, and this is me speaking.
It's hard to find good quality.
It's both, and I'm speaking both from somebody who I have done stickers before, and I've done limited merch for my drag or whatever, and I've made things before, and people have asked me about it. But also, even through like the coffee shop,
right.
we offer a very limited selection of merch. People don't realize a lot of that shit you have to buy up front.
Oh, and it's
you
expensive.
don't realize it, but like so last summer the coffee shop did a limited batch of these tie-dye shirts that had a slogan on them, and we bought, I don't remember the, was it maybe 40 or 50. We did 40 or 50 tie-dye and then like 40 or 50 of like the mineral wash. That was like probably like $2,000 that I paid.
Oh yeah.
Just for the shirts.
Uh-huh.
And you have to pay that up front. And it costs that much because I am conscious of my consumer base. So I'm not just buying small, medium, large.
Oh no.
Baby, we had extra small. I bought, if they sold the shirts in that size, I bought it. So I think the biggest we bought was like what, 4XL?
Yeah, that's the biggest we could
Yeah.
get.
And that's
Pride
and
on the Plains merch goes up to 4XL because that's the biggest we can find.
Yeah, no,
to get.
and that's the other. If you and I truly get it. I want to be more inclusive. There are some times I have bought shirts where the manufacturer of the shirt does not offer them above like 1 or 2XL.
Right.
And I try really hard to find brands that you can get in those bigger sizes, but I have to buy all of that up front in the hopes that it sells
for a profit.
Spoiler alert.
A small profit.
I still have not a handful, an armful, both arms of those tie-dye shirts.
Hell yeah.
They did not sell the way that, and you know what?
You need to sell them at Pride Fest.
I got
next year.
asked. We brought them to Pride Fest last year, and nobody bought them. I sold one, and you know who bought it? One of the baristas I paid to work the event. I would have given them the shirt for free, and they bought it. And I went, "Do you want?" Because every year I buy a Pride on the Plains T-shirt for everyone that works Pride Fest. I buy them the Pride Fest shirt. I go over and I take a picture of every T-shirt, and I go back to my fucking tent, and I'm like, what do y'all want? Tell me your size. And I buy them a shirt every single year. And I went, and they were like, oh, I already bought a Pride shirt, and I bought a Coffee Mafia shirt. And I was like, bitch, stop.
Do you know why we have only had 1 year of multiple shirts and multiple designs?
It's so expensive.
Because it's so expensive.
So expensive.
I think we dropped almost $4,000 that year that we had those 2 designs.
And here's...
And 4 different shirts because we had T-shirts.
Yeah.
Tank tops.
And if you actually care about your merch, it costs you even more up front.
Because you want good quality.
Oh yeah. Well, these aren't for sale, but the coffee shop has shirts that say "Don't fuck with the Coffee Mafia." I bought them. I bought a very small amount of them for just the baristas, as like we don't have a uniform, but like an unofficial like. Here's the fun shirt.
If you need something to throw on and come to work
here. This is only something that I give to like my family, the baristas, very close friends. That's the only people that have these shirts. And I specifically was like, I want these to be good. I don't want this. I don't want a $3 Gildan shirt that feels like a canvas tote bag. I want this to be I won't buy a shirt if it's no offense. I know Gildan makes better shirts, but like that standard Gildan that you can go buy at Michael's or Hobby Lobby.
It's awful.
I'm not wearing that, and I'm not buying merch made on that. But these shirts, I bought them, and I was like, I want these to be good shirts. So I asked Aaron because he worked in. I was like, tell me what brands you really like, and I worked with Aaron. I worked with the company that printed them to find a shirt that was comfortable, and it was expensive. per shirt, and I just ate that because I wanted the baristas to have good shirts. But I can't. I mean, we did the same thing with the tie dye shirts. Was I had to like look through like a dozen different
Tie-dye is hard to
people.
find, believe
and
it or not.
Good tie dye
Believe it or
is
not,
even
tie-dye
harder.
is hard
That
to
was the
find.
best tie dye I could find, and I don't love those shirts because the manufacturer.
The best
they're-
tie-dye is when you make it yourself.
girl. Anyways.
And you notice we only did that once at Pride Fest as well.
Oh, that's messy. That's messy.
Ooh,
no,
it was a good idea in theory.
In theory, tie dye is a good idea.
In theory.
In theory, I think merch is super cool. If you think you are a big enough drag performer, or even just local like entity, celebrity, icon,
Start with stickers.
Start with stickers.
Honestly, start with
Stickers,
stickers.
magnets, bumper stickers.
Something
not-
that's easy to carry around with you from venue to venue, because who wants to lug a box of shirts?
Exactly. I always have stickers in my purse.
So stickers.
You don't want to lug a. You don't want to lug a box of stickers. I don't want to lug my suitcase with my actual drag costumes in it. So
Preach.
Lord knows I'm not lugging around a
Preach.
thing, and I'm gonna buy all the shirts and not sell them. Also, what's great about small merch like stickers is if you have like a super fan, or I have used the stickers for networking. I've traded
Yes.
stickers with other drag performers,
Mhm.
and other drag performers love. Listen, I think all drag performers love free shit.
My caboodle is covered in all of y'all's stickers.
It's fun. It's fun.
I love it.
will never forget.
That's why I need to make myself a sticker.
After I won Mixed Pride on the Plains, we went to nope, year later, when I gave up Mixed Pride on the Plains, we all went to Sneak and Dawdle afterwards. And I got to
Yes.
hang out with Flapjack, and she was so excited when I gave her a sticker. And then
she
she
was excited. And then
was
she
like,
had a sticker.
Yes, she had options, baby.
I
She's
loved
like,
her options.
Yeah, she was like, I have these, and I was so excited. I didn't, because I don't buy my stickers to sell, and I haven't sold a lot. I still have a massive pile of my Skittles stickers, but they're a fun thing that, like, when people find out I do have
It's like a
them-
drag trading card.
Yes, that would be kind of sick if
That
we all
would
had,
be
like,
sickening.
Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
If there was a
Yeah.
Yu-Gi-Oh cards deck for all the drag entertainers.
Somebody get on that. That'd be great. But I
Who-
do.
some
I
graphic
love
designer
when,
work on
I
that.
love when a drag performer's like, I have stickers, because
Yeah.
then I get to give them one of my stickers, and I get one of their stickers. It's great.
Definitely work it on the drag merch.
Do it well.
But do it well.
Find a friend
Listen.
that can draw you, or I don't know. It needs to be.
And then you
good.
need listen, okay. This is not only for drag merch, this is life in general. Everybody needs a friend that's gonna tell you no.
Yeah.
And find that friend and take them that drag merch and be like, girl, is this good? Because they're gonna be the honest one to be like,
Yeah.
that is not good. Do not make that. Do not
Honestly,
give that to people.
That applies to more than merch.
Oh,
like
that-
before you buy a wig or an expensive
That's
costume,
life.
show it to that friend. Do you think this is my drag? And if they say no, don't spend the $400
Do you
on that
think this
custom
color
costume.
would look good on me?
Yeah.
And if they hesitate, that's a no.
Yeah.
If they say, that's a no.
Yeah.
If they say anything but, yeah,
Yeah.
girl, it's a no.
You absolutely need to peer review your merch. I have seen so much where people think they need merch, and so they throw something up on like Redbubble, which, by the way, is merch, but also at the end of the day, you don't make a lot of
What is
money when you.
Redbubble?
So Redbubble is a platform where you upload the art, and they handle all of the printing and fulfillment.
Oh, Threadless.
Yes,
Oh.
is another company
Yeah.
that does that. So you just upload the art, and then they'll put it on T-shirts, tote bags, sweatshirts, mugs. The problem is so say you sell that hoodie for $50, you might make $10 off of that.
Hoodies are expensive. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Baby.
We made some Pride on the
Yeah.
Plains hoodies,
Hoodies are
and
so
I made
expensive.
sure that it was top quality hoodies, and then we printed in full color on the front.
Oh, some of y'all don't realize when you do, like, it depends on
A
the printing
fucking
method.
rainbow?
But screen printing
God.
specifically is done by color, by layer. It's a screen, it's one single page. So if you have 7 colors, that's 7 screens. And a lot of shops charge per
Per screen.
screen. Not only do they charge you a minimum number of shirts, but they charge you per screen that they have to produce. Depends on the shop, depends on the quantity. Some of them will waive those fees. Obviously, if you buy like 10,000 shirts, they might waive the screen fees because they're going to make enough money off the
Right.
shirts. But if you're a small business or a small drag artist and you're only
Mhm.
buying 50 shirts, you're going to be paying per screen. When I was in high school, we made club shirts for our Gay Straight Alliance.
Yeah.
And we were like, duh, Gay Straight Alliance, rainbow.
Rainbow.
And so we went
You
in.
didn't know how much that shit was gonna be, did
Oh,
you?
the company literally was like, this is like 12 screens, it's gonna cost you like $30 a shirt.
Yeah.
Unit cost.
Yeah. Yeah.
We were like, oh, okay. So we did tie-dye. We printed the design in all black and we tie-dyed them.
That's why the first Pride on the Plane shirts were all tie-dye and
Yeah.
the lettering was one color because
Yeah.
it's expensive.
Yeah.
Any other inputs for this episode of
I don't-
Mixed Matched?
I'm out of work it or tuckets. I
think I'm out of
could
work it or
keep- I
tuckets
could
as
keep
well.
talking about
We could always
merch and
talk,
brand-
you know.
Maybe I could talk about branding.
We could talk about
forever.
anything for
Yeah.
hours, darling.
But we gotta cut this. We gotta wrap this.
I'm
shit
trying to
up.
film another one real quick before we
We-
leave.
Oh, babe, yeah. We've been. This is a little behind the scenes. We're trying to be business women, professionals, and we want to record 2 podcast episodes at a time.
We've yet
and
to
we
do
are-
that.
Oh, baby,
We've yet
we
to
are-
do that.
Thank you so much for listening. Follow us on social media at Mixed Matched Podcast on hopefully Facebook, Instagram, TikTok,
Something like that.
kind of situation. Or you can email us at
mixmatchpodcast@gmail.com. That's MXMATCHED podcast.com. Oh, wait, no. At gmail.com.
no, we don't have a domain.
We don't have a
yet.
domain yet.
We're
One
not
day.
rich yet.
We're not that
Get-
rich.
Sponsor us, GoDaddy.
But be
Yikes.
sure to send us your hot takes, your work it or tuck it, your voice memos. We'll play them on the pod, talk shit about it, and all that fun stuff. Until next time, we'll see you later. I'm Kalana.
And I'm Skittles.
Bye.
Bye.